And there's a big part of recovery where in the beginning we start out and we're fully focused on recovery, and we're like living and breathing recovery. And every decision we're making is all about recovery. We've got our tools are all shiny and new. We're swatting champions, right? We're just really dialed in. And then we start to transition because we're getting more and more capacity, which is great. And we're starting to get more and more life. However, recovery is still happening in the background, meaning we might still have symptoms, and those symptoms could be these kinds of intrusive thoughts that need to be swatted away. And so for me, it was just keeping those same tools, kind of again, dusting them off and then applying them at this new level. So it's like you've leveled up, but those same tools will serve you at this new level as well. So it's kind of getting back to those basics. And I did this time and time again. Like this was so much, I can't emphasize this enough, you guys. My recovery was messy behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. It was messy. I didn't do things, perfectly. I was a human trying to do this and implement these things in ways I'd never had before. And it's like you said, when I was in my protected little apartment and I didn't have a lot of people that I was interacting with, it was much easier to implement the thought swatting. But then I would have more and more life as this next part of recovery happened, but my recovery still was happening in the background. And so I had to keep kind of course correcting and bringing those tools back out. And I believe it's a Bruce Lee quote where he says, like, I don't fear the person that has practiced like 1,000 kicks once. I fear the person who has practiced one kick 10,000 times or something. I'm not doing a great job on that tonight. But basically, if you're doing all these different tools and you kind of use them haphazardly, you don't have that solid foundation with that tool. But if you go back to these tools time and time again, it gets more and more efficient. You get better and better at that kick, get better at implementing that. So for me, that was the thought swatting. In the beginning, it was chunky, kind of clunky. It wasn't very glamorous, right? It was kind of like, oh, here's this tool. I honed that skill, so it became more and more automatic. And so just go back to it, bring it back. And you'll find that it gets easier and easier. And then you really won't need to do it anymore.